Hey there, everybody. Thanks for joining me for another one-man review. Today I will be looking at a independently produced book called Fructus Seminalis. This is by Dan Loeb and Maxim Mel. Dan Loeb did the writing and Maxim Mel did the art on this. This is a pretty fun little like adventure story for some alien creatures. There's no dialogue in it, and it's just a book that's really fun and to look at, and the story's like kind of cool too because it's like following alien animals around. It starts with the Samuel Butler quote, "A hen is only an egg's way of making another egg," and that sets the tone for like this cycle of birth that the book represents on an alien planet. You can get a look at the artwork, some really nice juicy inking with a lot of computer colors. I personally like the coloring in this when it's a little more flat and doesn't use all of the like computer effects so much in this, but other than that, I really enjoy the art. I enjoy the bright, like vibrant colors and everything. It's just a fun, alien, exciting book to look at. But you see this little creature here multiple times throughout the book where it's feeding. You see that it's already growing eggs in its own belly. You come back to this image here where it's feeding from its mother and growing its own eggs inside of its belly. So it's like the life cycle of one of these creatures from birth to when it gives birth to its own. I've been watching a lot of National Geographic nature documentaries lately, and there's ones about little baby, like the first year of a baby's life. This is kind of like the same thing on an alien world, and it's really fun to look at. And yeah, these are my favorite images in there. I really like how the coloring goes. So that's pretty much what the book is. It's just like this first year of this alien's life until it gives birth to its own kids or something like that. So I want to show more, go out and definitely buy the book. It's a really cool book, a silent book as well, with just great storytelling all the way throughout. And then you can see on the back few pages here that we have some process art, some sketches and things, and then also 2 pages of the original inks. And you can see really what kind of lovely work is being done in the original inks. This is one of the reasons that the like gradients and the more computer rendered stuff actually turned me off in this, is because there's so much beautiful stuff going on in the inks that when the colors get too dark, or there gets to be like a lot of these special effects in the background, some of the darker color rendering on here covers up the sexy, juicy ink work and makes it just a kind of another thing in the mush of values and the colors. I almost would have preferred to see this book in black and white, or with like the flat colors, but keeping it lighter so that the line work was really popped out. I think I've been seeing this a lot in books lately, where people with really nice line work are kind of ruining it with computer colors. I would encourage people to go back and look at like how in some of the like Lieutenant Blueberry stories or whatever, when Moebius is doing a night scene, they'll still color it with a really actually pretty light blue, but they're able to create the sense of night just by shifting temperature or stuff. So I think people these days would benefit from going back and looking at how comics were colored when they were colored with like a limited 64 color palette, and how people in the past dealt with things like a night scene. So you don't always have to be so value accurate with your colors. You can be more like mood accurate or something like that. I think there's a lot of artists that are doing a lot of beautiful work with ink that would benefit from those stripped back lighter colors letting their line work show for them. So I'm really glad I got to see this stuff too. And then it's also just, I'm a process nerd, obviously, so oh cool, they're using the blue line trick too. All that kind of stuff is fun to see. So fun little book here, Fructus Seminalis. I got this from Partners and Sons in Philadelphia. I got a big order from them recently, and I would encourage you to check out their web shop, grab yourself a copy of Fructus Seminalis, and enjoy the work. Plaza by Yokoyama Yuichi. This is translated by Ryan Holmberg and is very large for a manga, so that's a really cool feature of this book, this standard manga size. And this is just a 200 some odd page representation of what Yokoyama Yuichi thinks of the Carnival parade, and he's just made this like relentlessly loud and rhythmic book that pushes all kinds of amazing boundaries of what comics and manga are, and we could not recommend this book more.